and welcome to Business 300. My name is Philip Kulenshoff, and this is 300 Seconds About Business. We're all a busy people, so I have 5 minutes or less to get my point across. 5 minutes really isn't much time. Let's get to it. If I only had one idea that I needed to get across to business owners, one point that I thought was the uncompromisable center of my message, if I could only communicate one thing to every business owner that I came in contact with, this would be it. Serve your customer. That's it. I talk about it here on Business 300 all the time. There's much more to talk about, but in a very real sense, every other topic connects back to serving your customer. We flesh out the how and the why of serving customers. Strategy, sales, operations, administration, finance, all of it comes out of and comes back to serving your customer. I've mentioned before that your business operations is your business's arm of value delivery, making sure the customer gets what you promised. And one of the metrics of value delivery is on-time delivery, giving the customer what they want when they want it. Earlier is not good, later is not good. They need to get it on time. So how do you structure your operation in a way that aligns every aspect with customer demand? How do you make sure that you're not producing parts early or late? There's something consultants like to call the pull system, originally known as Kanban. The word Kanban has been hijacked by online productivity personalities and utilized for a way to organize your tasks to flow. It sort of revolves around the idea, except with one huge difference that's crucial to the entire idea of how Kanban is supposed to work. Kanban comes from the Toyota production system and is originally a manufacturing system to regulate the production and supply of parts and components. But what originally inspired it was the restocking of items in the supermarket. A supermarket restocks its shelves based on one thing: what the customers buy. When the customers buy 3 items, the on-hand delivery level is adjusted to show 3 items less. That's how the supermarket knows what they need to reorder. The reordering of parts is in effect and very literally pulled by the customer off the shelf. Kanban boards set up for productivity flow look like what they're supposed to, except that most people using them push their work effort from the front to the back instead of it being pulled by the back end. What's the difference? Imagine we have a single file line of people tied together at the ankle, with each person directly behind the other. Nobody can move until the person in front of him moves. If we want the line to move forward, what would be the best way to do that? If the last person in line starts to push on the person in front of him, trying to make him go, things will get messy really quickly. Or if each person tries to move at his own pace, it'll be a disaster. They might make some progress here and there, but as a jumbled pile shuffling inches at a time. The better way, and fastest way, is if each person would not move until the person in front pulls him to do so. That progression is linked together all the way to the very first person in line, meaning the entire line does not move until the first person in the line moves. In this way, the line not only moves quicker and more orderly, but it all moves together. Any process in a business or in your personal productivity system is a line of steps that you need to get through in order to bring the effort to completion. In a business, who fills the role of the person in the very front dictating the pace of the entire line? No, it's not the manager or the owner. The one setting the pace for the entire line, the one initiating the pull for the entire system, is the customer. Your business operation should be moving at the pace, and only at the pace, of the customer. Let the customer dictate your production. So how do you do that? By setting up a pull system through your entire operation. No process should push any parts downstream until the next process in line asks for those parts, in effect triggering a pull. Wait for the internal customer, the downstream process, to order parts from the upstream process. So if your customer triggers 5 parts a day, your entire system at each step should be producing 5 parts a day. Anything more is overproduction. We've covered this waste. You'll be doing work that your customer didn't order, racking up expenses that your customer is unwilling to pay for. But what about if you make less than what the customer is pulling? In that case, you'll be creating the third waste, which we'll cover on the next episode. Remember, business is all about serving your customer. So your operation, the function set to deliver value to your customer, should be driven by what the customer needs and when they need it. Control your production by pulling the work instead of pushing it. Nobody likes a pushy person.